What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we, the Cranky Films channel, have for you another Tier Zoo video. It's been a while since we've done one of those. We always love them. But today we have for you... today we have for you power scaling cows. Cows are wild.
They are.
Moo.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Moo.
They could kill you.
Okay, well, let's get the move on, you feel me?
No, don't you do that to me.
No!
Don't you dare do that to me.
Sorry, dog.
Say we're gonna start the
Just
video.
play the
We're
video.
gonna start the
Okay,
video.
Sue, not bad.
Pokemon! Oh my god!
You see, he was so. Oh, okay.
My man
That
really
child,
had the
that wasn't
hops.
a kid, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Cows
I
are
thought
one
I
of the
saw a
most
kid.
popular
Just
builds
an
in the
adult.
game. And normally,
The
a
man
high
pulled up.
population
Floppy
is
ears.
a
No
good
kids are
indicator
harmed
that
in this
a build
video.
is pretty
The
powerful
man
in
straight
the
up
current
pulled
meta.
up.
However, I think in the case of cattle, there are a lot of other factors which make their
The
true
cows
power
are
a
boost
bit
fertility.
less obvious.
Oh my god.
Are cattle low-tier builds that are simply
I
propped
love
up by
cows.
human activity? Or are
They're
they
fun.
a genuinely
They're so
powerful
cute.
high tier that would dominate with or without
Oh
humans?
my god!
Let's delve into their stats and
She was so
abilities to
scared.
find
That's
out.
what they get.
They only give a warning.
Cattle
They don't
are
just
part of
go
a powerful
head on.
faction of builds called bovines, which also includes the bison,
Bovine.
Cape buffalo, water buffalo, and historically the auroch. While there are a few differences
auroch.
between them, which we'll discuss in a tier list at the end of the video, they all share a few common traits. Bovines
What are
have
those,
an exceptionally
those
high
long-haired
HP
cows,
stat.
bro?
It
They're
takes
cool.
a lot of damage
GG
to bring
next.
it down, pretty
I
much
love those.
requiring
Oh
team
my
strats
God.
from multiple predator players at once.
Damn,
And
that's
unlike
riding
some
him.
other high HP builds, bovines don't just sit there eating the damage.
Aw, poor
No,
thing.
they can strike back with incredible force.
Lord!
Their sharp, sturdy horns can
He's just
inflict
lion
massive
saw
damage on
Jesus.
anything
Oh, there, yeah.
unlikely to be
Rip
caught in
tire.
their path. And
Ah.
unlike
Oh
theirs,
no!
I'd get out
off
and give him a
need to
piece of my
be
mind.
grown each year, the horns cattle have, they
Horns
have
are
year-round,
wild.
always ready
They
to
are.
wreck someone's plan of attack.
Oh, dead.
Their mobility
Yeah,
stat
dude.
is kind of mid. Definitely not high enough
Mid.
to reliably escape a predator. And their intelligence
Get
and
trampled,
stealth are
cuz.
both below average for a mammal. However, neither of these stats are all that integral to the bovine build's main strategy.
Main
While lower
strategy.
intelligence does create a potentially exploitable vulnerability to
Oh.
things like
He
traps
he
and
took a
lower
dip.
their resistance to distractions.
He's
and
gonna have a hard
intimidation
time getting
tactics.
out.
It's not so
Oh, look
low
at
that
him.
bovines aren't able to utilize team combos.
Dude,
Quite the
they
contrary,
rolled
in
up.
fact.
They're
The herd
thugs,
defense
bro.
tactics
Yeah, they're playing
employed
You don't
by
wanna
a
mess with that
competent
gang.
herd of cattle
Yeah.
makes them borderline impossible to defeat in a group.
Water
And since
buffalo.
they have such a high HP stat, this gives cows' teammates a lot of time to regroup and
He's
launch
chilling.
counterattacks if
He's
one of
just
their
like-
members
bro.
goes down.
He's
And
like,
Guys,
hold
can you
up.
just-
Next, we
guys,
should
can you
discuss
just
their
come on
unique
already?
abilities
Oh,
and their
bird.
signature combat moves.
He's
Bovines
cool.
all have the ruminant ability, which enables them to gain XP and level up all just from eating grass. This might seem
Yep.
like a boring
That's
ability,
wild.
but its usefulness is actually hard to overstate. Having this perk essentially means that one of the most abundant plants in the game becomes your main source of XP, completely removing the need to search and forage for food. This means a player doesn't need to invest evolution points.
That's kinda
into
crazy,
things
though.
like
People-
climbing,
the
digging,
animals just
keen
eat straight up
eyesight, or
grass and,
intelligence
like,
to be
yeah,
able to
chill.
find food, and can
Yeah.
reinvest those points into other stats,
We could
which
eat
is
grass.
how cattle are able to support such a high base stat total.
You gonna eat
Cattle
grass?
also push the mammal
Yeah.
faction's signature
Damn,
move,
I eat
lack
Saving
dirt.
nutrition,
animal.
to its limits. Cow milk is one of the most nutritious substances in the game, and allows
Darn
new
right.
cattle players
It's
to
good.
level up extremely quickly. This helps keep their
Oh,
offspring
homie
safe,
chillin'.
as it means they
Easy.
spend less time in the more vulnerable low-weight class, and quickly reach a size where
No,
hardly
Oh
anything
my
can
god.
realistically
Dog
Don't
went
kick
to
it.
death
Please
wish.
don't hurt the
Cattle's
puppy.
signature move is Goring Rush, an extremely powerful head bash attack that deals heavy
Oh.
damage and inflicts incredible
He saw
knockback,
Jesus.
That's what we
forcing the
did to
target
use
back
this.
a good distance and
Oh.
also likely knocking the
Okay.
target prone, which
Yeah.
allows
My man
easy
flying.
attacks. Their sharp hooves deal extra damage to prone enemies,
Oh.
so this straightforward
My man
combo can be
knocked.
devastating if it catches them
Oh.
off guard. That is
Do a
about
flip.
it when it comes to the cow's main combat moves. Cows can kick as well, but it's
Oh,
more of a stunt
not
than
the time.
anything. They don't have
Don't
the
go near him.
flexibility or power to headshot
Oh, no.
someone
Ouch.
like a horse.
Ah, he chill, bro.
They also cannot
Baby
deal
did it.
damage with their bite,
Oh.
since they don't have upper teeth. Not a super big deal, but biting
Yeah.
is a powerful option to have in a pinch. So
Oh my
it's
dude,
always worth
horses are crazy.
now let's get into the cattle's weaknesses and counterplay. So due to the cattle's low intelligence stat, Its resistance to
Oh.
mental status conditions like intimidation, distraction, or trickery is
Feels
reduced.
bad. They're dumb.
Intimidation is a pretty common tactic employed by a variety of different builds,
That's
from
okay,
predators
bro.
to omnivores to herbivores.
Still kinda cute.
Intimidation is one of the most effective tactics against cattle,
Monkey.
and can often result in a cow losing a battle that it very easily could have won if it had not been scared away. And conversely, if a cow does decide to take the offensive, distractions can easily divert the
Oh,
attack.
dude,
causing
cows
it
are
to
so
completely
cute.
miss. While this is, of course, extremely risky,
My man
with
barely
often
made
tackling
it
the
out.
difference between decisive victory and crushing defeat.
Oh,
Advanced
bam.
players will even be able to utilize a combination of intimidation and distraction to kite cattle in specific directions, enabling
Dog.
them to
Yeah.
control entire herds, which is what has allowed
Cattle
human beings
dogs.
to capture huge numbers of
They're
cattle.
more of a
Cattle
type
are
of
known
shepherd,
for
no?
their goring rush attack,
Yeah. Oh,
which
Oh!
is
That went up his ass.
Many builds put a ton of points into the ability concussive.
Dang.
Ah,
and
rams
enable them
are
to
something
throw
else.
I
out
love
attacks
rams.
Without much risk. Cows have some blunt
They're like, "What up, man?"
resistance, but not enough that headbutts and charging attacks are without risk. In fact, at high speed, cattle can
Thrash.
easily take lethal
No!
damage
Run,
if
run!
hit if they
Oh.
strike
Oh.
force with their charging attack.
That's
Rip.
a
A
stun.
goat or bighorn sheep can easily best a cow in 1v1 combat, even though the cow's stats are much higher in a vacuum. Builds with forward-facing horns can also present
Oh,
quite
hell
a
no,
challenge
run
to
away.
bovine builds, as
You put-
bovine
Where'd the
horns
rhino
tend to
come
face
from?
the side,
Rhino
and
in
are
a-
more used for swiping and slapping
Oh!
opponents than for stabbing forward.
Okay.
Means that in a
Woo.
direct confrontation,
It's
sharp
crazy how
antlers can
strong
deal
their
a lot of
necks are,
damage to a
though.
I
bovine
know,
player,
bro.
while keeping them out of reach of connecting with their own
I'd
opponent.
I'd surely get
There are
flung like
nine
that.
different bovines for
Oh,
I'd
anyone
die.
can.
full-length tier list
Yeah.
video,
I'd
but I
probably
think
die.
we can do
Yeah.
a quick rapid fire ranking to close out
Brennan
this video.
just like flips around in the
basic
air.
cattle comes in at a solid B tier.
Okay.
Yo.
Bad build, but one with a lot of weaknesses
But they're
that high-tier
stupid.
builds can exploit. Their main advantage over the other, more wild cattle variants is that due to selective breeding by humans, the domestic cattle are actually the best in the game at milk production, and therefore their
Yeah.
offspring level up and reach larger sizes much quicker. Definitely a much more beginner-friendly build. Although at the end of
Just
your
pouring it on his
playthrough,
forehead.
also in B tier we have the yak, a mountainous variant of the cattle
Yak.
that opted for slightly lower base
Yak.
stats in exchange for better resistance to the cold and better mobility on icy or rocky terrain. Same basic
Yep.
weaknesses as the common cattle, but its ability to survive the cold Himalayan mountains.
Man, it
means
looks like
that
a
it has
menace.
less natural enemies
He
to
really
contend with
is.
than cattle
It's
in
lonely at the
It's
top.
lonely at the top.
At the bottom of A tier we have the bison. The bison are the
Yo.
largest
That bisons are
Bison.
cool.
some of their power stats for
Buffalo.
extra health and defense. As a result, they have shorter horns and lots of padded fur on their head, meaning that they can tank a lot more damage, but also can't deal as much damage using Goring Rush. This can be a bit of a problem.
Bro, but he
as
had
being able to
Shatter
one-hit a
available.
wolf would really help discourage
Shut up.
aggressive teams of wolves from
He had
attacking.
Earth Shatter
Since they
available.
can't get a one-hit kill without a crit, some wolves get pretty brazen
No.
in their attacks on bison.
Oh, it feels bad.
Still, they're tied with the moose as the premier tank
Moose.
of the North America server, and have favorable
Yes.
matchups against the grizzly bear.
Bro,
So
bear,
still
if you
definitely a
don't.
solid high tier. Next in A tier we have the water buffalo, a bovine build
Oh,
with roughly
yeah.
equivalent stats to the common cattle, but with higher offensive stats and massive horns.
Dude, his
They get a
horns.
mobility bonus in shallow
They're
water, which,
up
while
there.
not that busted
But
of an ability,
yeah,
is
they
still
do
pretty nice to
spend a
have.
lot of time in the
Water
water.
buffalo have to be able to fight off one of the most powerful solitary predator builds in the game.
Birds.
Bengal tiger.
Alligators.
Anything
I
that
thought
can
that
take
was
on this
Tiger.
thing has to be at least A tier. The
Oh,
human player base in the India server is also notably less aggressive towards bovine
Get
players,
wet, cuz.
which makes them a lot more viable in that meta. But when it comes to
Aw.
hostile metagames, nothing compares to Africa. And despite the
True.
abundance of
Yeah,
extremely
Expert.
powerful predators like the
Expert
lion
level.
and hyena, and
would not want to be an
territorial
animal
giants
there.
like the rhino and elephant,
I would.
the Cape buffalo is still
You don't want to
I don't
be
wanna be
anywhere
an
there in the
elephant.
wild.
in the game. It's one of Africa's big five, a status given to builds which are notoriously difficult for humans to defeat 1v1. And so I
Yep.
think for this reason, the African Cape Buffalo ranks first among the bovine builds. But it still doesn't quite crack S tier.
What's
Mostly
S?
because it's
So which one?
overshadowed by the wildebeest in the African savanna meta.
Oh,
The wildebeest, which is not a type of cattle or buffalo, but rather is essentially an antelope with higher stats, may not
Oh.
be as
Yeah.
bulky as the Cape Buffalo, but it does have a much higher base speed stat. And
Oh.
Oh my god.
crucial for being able to escape an ambush from Africa's
They're very
They have a
quick.
and for
They have a more
punishing
reaction
opponents who
time.
Don't respect the
They
wildebeest
have a more
range,
reaction
leading
time.
to the
Shut up.
wildebeest being vastly more successful than the Cape Buffalo. This level of supreme
It's more.
optimization is what it takes to
That's
crack
the
S
level.
tier in the African server. Now, this doesn't mean cattle will never be S tier. In fact, I think there's a pretty strong argument to be made that prior to humans unlocking the gunpowder technology on the tech tree, bison were the undisputed S tier of North America. And although they were
Yeah.
all but annihilated from the server, their numbers
Yeah.
are slowly
Yeah,
but surely
that
returning
that
to
happened.
levels. It's
That
quite
happened.
an inspiring story, which you can
They
check out
lost,
right
bro.
now on
Yeah,
Curiosity.
they didn't make
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah, the
my
bisons
God.
didn't make weapons.
Yeah, and that was the video, boys.
That was a good one.
That was pretty good.
Yep.
Another good one by Tier Z, bro.
So
So the
I
bovine
learned
builds.
some stuff, to be
I did
honest.
too.
Interesting
I
video.
learned that they didn't have upper teeth. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that is kind of wild.
That's wild.
I
I
guess-
wish I didn't have upper teeth.
Well, I could
Why?
easily arrange that.
Oh.
Good, good golly.
Yeah.
Get the
Okay.
dentist kit.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, maybe comment and subscribe. Maybe comment down something else you want us to check out. I got it up. You know, maybe we'll watch it. All right. Thank you all for
More.
watching. We've been Cranky Films. Stay cranky.